Hello, Steam. My name is AnarcoTech. I am here on a call with bait002 from Nigeria. We just had a really interesting conversation about what's going on with Steam Ambassador and some of the upcoming things that we're going to be rolling out over the next few months. And Bait and his team in Nigeria are going to be a part of that as well. First of all, hi, Bait. Nice to see you here.
Yeah, good evening. Nice to see you too. I finally in camera, it's amazing.
You are finally on camera. This is going to be obviously on the blockchain forever, which is fantastic. Nobody will ever be
Yeah.
able to censor it, which is superb. I'm really curious. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on where you live right now? Because you know what, I'm seeing so much activity from people in places like Nigeria and Ghana and Uganda and Philippines, Indonesia, Venezuela. I mean, it's frankly putting a lot of the Western nations where I live to serious shame with the activity that's going on. So if you could just give us a brief rundown, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe it's the motivation actually. I actually did a blog post this morning talking about why we most of us tend to fade after a while and steam it, and why some of us never seem to relent. It is the motivation. When you don't have a government who cares for you, you don't have anywhere to run to, and you have a means to actually finally put your destinies in your own hands, and you know, get that financial freedom you've been looking for all this while, and the opportunity to make life better for someone else. I believe you're going to put all you have to take it, even if it takes your life. You're actually going to put in all your best. And right here we have a very huge community of humanitarians who are just willing to do something to make sure the society around us becomes better. So we are putting all our best to make sure a lot of people know about Steemit because of the vision behind it. Let's say world view for every Steemian around the world, and that's what we are running with, just to make life better for someone else, make life better for the next person to us. So we'll be doing these massive promotions to help a lot of people around us benefit from this great opportunity and extend the same hands of love to someone else around them. So I believe that's what we're actually doing in the real sense.
That's amazing, and you know, it's so great to hear people talking like that, and realizing that, you know, for the first time possibly in history, we've got a technology that's still so very young, that's already changing people's lives, particularly out in the developing world. And you know what? It's definitely something that's motivating me, because as a legacy thing, you know, it's really what I want to leave behind. You know, when I've died and left this planet, you know, I'd like people to be able to say, "Hey, do you remember that guy? You know, Anarcotech? You know, and what he did, and you know, what he was about, and you know, he helped build this humanitarian vision. And you know, it's not about, for me, the you know, the big financial rewards like it may be for some people. For me, it's about, you know, what can we do to support our brothers and sisters all around the planet. And
Yeah,
because let's face it, the governments and the bankers and the corporations, well, they aren't doing anything. Yeah,
yeah,
they're useless. And the great thing about the Steam blockchain is that we can bypass them. We can build
yeah,
these amazing humanitarian works, and to you know, to equalize the balance of power and of economic ability across the planet. And for me, you know, whether we'll achieve that in my lifetime, I don't know. But you know, the work that we're doing right here, right now, it's a world first. And if I can leave the world a better place, having been part of that, you know, I'll be really, really happy.
yeah,
And you know, every single day, I am seeing so many people from your country, from other countries all around the world, and they're just so grateful to be part of something that
yeah, absolutely.
that's helping them.
Yeah, giving life a different meaning. A lot of people never really had anything to live for. I mean, before now, but You know, there's this great thrill of fulfillment when you actually see your life not just improving, but your life becoming an agent of improving other people's lives. And that's
Right.
what Steemit does. You know, Steemit is actually in its infancy, and in a short while, it has proved its superiority over every other blockchain, and that's
Absolutely.
amazing for us. Yeah, it has proven itself because
Yeah.
it's tangible compared to the others. It is tangible and it is
Yes.
superior to others. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting because it's one of the things I talk about when I do lectures on the blockchain. That most people don't realize that some people have heard of Bitcoin. Some people have maybe even heard of a blockchain. They kind of have a rough idea of what it is.
yeah,
What they don't realize is that the Bitcoin network is this really big, clunky, expensive, slow, messy blockchain that,
yeah,
really it's probably never going to be used to be able to transact on a day-to-day basis. But
yeah,
Steem is already the world's biggest blockchain. About half of all blockchain transactions on the planet happen
yeah,
on the Steem blockchain. It's free. It doesn't cost a penny to use. It takes
yeah,
seconds to transact. It's the same length of time as the Visa network, you know,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
and its capacity is it's around 1% right now. Ethereum is continuously running at best part of 100% all of the time. So we've got as you say, a tangible blockchain. It works. It's borderless. It's sensor proof. It's got beautiful properties, and the fact that people can develop tools and resources on the blockchain as well, that just makes it unbelievably powerful. And
Yeah,
it's interesting to see when I talk to other people who are in the blockchain sphere. Half the time they don't even realize this. They don't even realize that Steem is already spanking every other blockchain in terms of what it can
that's
do.
right.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. So that's fantastic. So I'm curious as well about what you've got upcoming in the next few days, weeks, and months, because I know you're always involved in some crazy stuff out there in Nigeria where you live. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to know what can we expect in the coming months from you.
Okay. Currently I'm a part of several projects. I'm a part of the Stack project, the offline minnows, which is actually like a subsidiary, and the Steam Exchanger team. So I've been trying to balance several things at the same time. But right now I'm focusing a little bit more on the offline minnow school. I mean the last week we actually ended and rounded up the phase one of the process. The phase one actually deals with training some minnows who is going to be working together with me as a team in training other minnows. And
Wow.
right now we are done with phase one and it's working fine. So we actually did a campaign together with these minnows who were just, who were mentored by me over the last couple of months, and we actually did a campaign together that was a massive success. Over 50 people attended that particular meeting. We made a blog post about it. That's last Friday. And tomorrow we'll be having another one. But over the next couple of months, the offline ministry is going to be doing some more realistic things. We are going to be doing some offline activities like art and music exhibitions. We want to be sponsoring things at a professional level. We want to take this team experience beyond the blogging experience. We want to make it more tangible that it doesn't matter who you are, you can come on board and you can express yourself. It's a community of creative people where value can be given for value. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be having art exhibitions. We're going to be having offline open mic sessions. We're going to be having professional music sessions. We'll be having winners and be sponsoring professional recording with Steam backed money. So those are the things you can expect from us over the next couple of months. So we've been working so hard on paper to make sure everything goes on fine. Thank you. So
Wow.
that's
I mean, one thing about you and your team and a lot of the Steemians that I come across from your nation and loads of others in that part of the world is that you never seem to stop. Yeah, you're always at something, and it's really lovely. You know, you've really got your head around this, and you've grasped the bull by the horns, and you're always going for it. You know, it sounds amazing, and I don't know if you know this, but one of the things that I'd really like to do this year, and time allowing, obviously I'm a dad and I've got a little one, so a lot of it is to do with my time and whether I can make this happen. But I'd really like to get out to Nigeria and come and visit you all. Uh,
Oh, that's gonna be amazing.
yeah, and come and visit the stacks, and come to you just have a little tour around. I'd like to go to Nigeria. I'd love to go to Uganda and Ghana. And somebody asked me today if I'd be interested in going to Borneo to meet some Steemians. And well, basically the answer is you bet. So if we can make that, excuse me, make that happen, I'm going to be out there at some point, hopefully this year. And, it'd be really good to come and see you all and buy you all a drink and, be the fat and just have a really good time.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing.
personally looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So can I ask you one more thing? With the offline minnow school, which sounds really interesting. I kind of looked at it in a chat we had on Discord a little while ago. Could you just explain a bit more about what that's going to do and how that's helping people, please?
Okay, absolutely. In the ultimate sense, the offline ministry is actually geared at creating a new wave of entrepreneurs here in Nigeria that's going to shun every other systems. People who actually have whatever they have based on love and are willing to extend that same learning on to others. I was listening to Ned's interview with Snake and Black Terra talking about the vision of seeing over 100,000 entrepreneurs in the next 5 years. So we buy into that at the offline middle school. We actually want to raise these young people. Most of them are in school for now. So by the time they are finishing, they have enough to actually start their own enterprise. And they don't have to depend on the government to give them jobs. So the ultimate reality is actually building entrepreneurs who will use their talent, their gifts to actually start something. They don't have to depend on anybody. They don't have to bother anybody. They can actually leverage on the blockchain and make something good out of their lives, make life better for someone else. So the ultimate idea of the offline ministry is raising entrepreneurs. But before then, we have to mentor them to find their footing on the blockchain first and help them reproduce other minnows who actually benefit from the same thing. So that's what we are doing basically.
That's brilliant, and it's so good to hear. It's not just about getting people on blogging. It's
Yeah.
about getting people on being entrepreneurs, building businesses, building communities, and doing things with the blockchain that was, well, for me, it was the reason I got into blockchain in the first place. I realized quite early on that you can use this technology to do things that traditionally you had to have millions of pounds in the bank already to do.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful to see how that's developing. And I think that seeing micro businesses particularly springing up is great, but also the fact that it's not just about lots of entrepreneurs building their own businesses, but it's about them collaborating as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And about them collaborating in a decentralized way. So
Yeah.
there's no sort of like
No
form,
boss. Yeah.
no boss man. There's
Yeah.
nobody taking all the money and giving you a little bit for all of your
Yeah.
labor. That all of you are working in that beautifully decentralized way. It's pure anarchy. It's the free market, and if we want to see a better world, that's pretty much what we're going to
That's
have
what we want.
to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's great. You're involved in it from the ground up, and all power to you. I'm loving what you're doing.
Thank you.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to make this too long. I'll probably wrap this up now. Is there anything else you want to tell the world while we're here on this video?
Yeah, I would just like to first of all thank all the adopters of this vision, those who believe in us, because when the idea of the offline middle school started, a lot of people didn't really care about what we were doing, but it's actually a drive. It's something that it's inside of the man. He just wants to do it, whether you support him or not. He just wants to do it, and that's what's keeping us going. It's not about what support. I know it's actually there. There are no secrets on Steemit, so we see what's on the on my own personal blog, and I believe for most people that's not a very huge motivation to keep them doing whatever they are doing, but at least we are doing things and it's making people's life better, and that's the most important thing. And I would like to say a very big thank you to Starkers. He was a huge encouragement. He's a good man, and I want to
Yeah.
thank everyone from the promo team. They've been a great source of encouragement. I also like to thank Ejima himself. He provides a lot of advice that keeps us standing. I'd like to thank everybody basically that supports the Nigerian community and that cares about us. For all those who extend a hand to the developing nations, I say very big thank you to them. So that's all for now. Thank you, AnarcoTech.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, bait002. It's been lovely speaking to you, and I do hope we'll be speaking again in the not too distant future. I actually think, I think he's actually dropped off. So we got to the end of our little interview. That's probably a good time to leave it. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to be talking to other people around the world over the coming few days, weeks, and months. Just to let you know, Bait had applied to be a Steem ambassador on the promo-steem network. We've put that out. It's still in consultation. We're still asking the community, but he's had incredible, massive support from people all around the world. So I think it's probably a given that he will become a Steem ambassador over the next few days. And I personally am really looking forward to working more closely with him and all the Steem ambassadors. So, Bait, you probably can't hear us because you've dropped off, but I'll just say goodbye for now to you, and thanks so much for joining us. To everybody who watched this video, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your time. It's been a real honor, and I'm sure we'll speak to you very soon. Take care. Bye for now.